Over the next 15 years, Logan will be one of the fastest growing areas in Queensland. To guide that growth, we're making a new planning scheme. Let's talk about how flooding is managed in Logan Plan. Logan has magnificent creeks and waterways that are an important part of our environment. As the fastest growing area in southeast Queensland, it is important that we live safely with nature and the hazards it sometimes presents, like flooding. We can't stop extreme weather events or control where or when rain falls, but by understanding our flood risk, we can plan for resilience in our growing city and better protect our community. To provide the best possible information for decision making, we use relevant standards, local data, and industry experts to model flood events. This helps us work out which areas are at the highest risk. We include flood risk maps and rules in our planning scheme to guide development. This helps to keep people safe, avoid making flooding worse, and support our emergency response. As part of the draft Logan Plan, we are updating our approach to align with the latest state policies, climate change requirements, and industry best practice. When we plan for growth in our city, we need to look at the bigger picture. We think about the whole floodplain and different size flood events, from small ones to the biggest one imaginable, how deep, fast and far floodwaters can go, and areas that might be cut off by flooding. We also understand that floodplains are more than just land. Floodplains are nature's way of managing the flow and storage of large amounts of water and nurturing healthy environments. The flood risk mapping and code has different areas of flood risk and rules appropriate for those risks. For example, new houses should avoid areas of high flood risk. We don't want to put more people in harm's way. However, some developments, such as parks and farming activities, can happen in those areas of high flood risk where designed safely. In areas of lower flood risk, houses might be okay, but more vulnerable members in our community, those in childcare centres or retirement homes, for example, should be somewhere that is more safe. This avoids increasing the burden on our valued emergency services called to help in natural disasters. We also need to manage areas that flood regularly with dangerously deep and fast-flowing floodwater. These are the high flow areas of our floodplain. We must protect these areas from new construction or filling so the floodplain can do its job in storing and moving water and keeping our waterways healthy. It also avoids shifting the flow of floodwater, which may worsen problems for neighbours or other parts of our city. Flooding has always been part of our environment, and it always will be. Responsible planning and risk awareness can reduce its impact. Updated flood risk mapping and planning rules are the best way to help us stay safe, limit damage, and improve our city's resilience. Now's the time to have your say to shape the way our city grows. Please visit Council's website or drop in to one of our engagement events to learn more.